In April 2024, President Biden signed a bipartisan bill that, at the time, seemed like it might be the beginning of the end for TikTok in the United States. The bill required ByteDance, TikTok's Chinese parent company, to sell its stake in the app. If it didn't, TikTok would be banned in the US. This news came after years of concern from lawmakers who worried that the Chinese government could use TikTok to access user data or spread propaganda. TikTok challenged the law in court, but the Supreme Court upheld it in January 2025. In a 5-4 decision, the court ruled that the government had a compelling interest in protecting national security and that the law was narrowly tailored to achieve that interest. This decision was met with disappointment from TikTok and its users, but it seemed like the matter was settled. TikTok complied with the court's decision and shut down its US operations on January 19, 2025. The app was removed from Apple and Google's app stores, and users in the US were no longer able to create new accounts or access existing ones. It felt strange, like the digital landscape of America had fundamentally changed overnight and not necessarily for the better. Just when it seemed like TikTok was gone for good, a glimmer of hope emerged. On January 20th, 2025, Donald Trump was sworn in as the 47th President of the United States. In a move that surprised many, one of his first acts as president was to sign an executive order postponing the enforcement of the TikTok ban. The executive order gave TikTok 75 days to negotiate a deal that would address the government's national security concerns. Trump, who had previously expressed interest in seeing TikTok acquired by an American company, said that he was open to a deal that would allow the app to continue operating in the US. On February 13, 2025, less than a month after Trump signed his executive order, Attorney General Pam Bondi notified Apple and Google that the Justice Department would not enforce the TikTok ban for the time being. This meant that TikTok could be restored to app stores in the US and that users could once again download and use the app. The Trump administration's decision to postpone the TikTok ban was met with mixed reactions. Some people applauded the move, arguing that it was a victory for free speech and that the government had overstepped its bounds by trying to ban the app in the first place. Others, however, argued that the Trump administration was putting national security at risk by allowing TikTok to continue operating in the US. They pointed to the fact that ByteDance is a Chinese company and argued that the Chinese government could still use TikTok to access user data or spread propaganda. As of February 15, 2025, TikTok is still available in the US, but its future remains uncertain. The Trump administration has given ByteDance 75 days to negotiate a deal that addresses the government's national security concerns. However, it is unclear what such a deal would look like, or if it is even possible to reach one that satisfies both sides. In the meantime, TikTok's users in the US are left to wonder what will happen to their favorite app. The uncertainty is frustrating, and it is unclear how long this will continue.